Hey teachers, today I have some reading resources that gonna save you time and effort. At the end of the video, I'll be sharing a quick reading activity that I think you might find helpful. Let's go. My first website is called myenglishpages.com. This site is great to just copy paste reading passages and use them in your class. It has a ton of reading passages that cover a variety of topics like animals, holidays, art, literature. So let's just go with the history of pizza for now. You'll have a nice photo, the article itself, and at the bottom there are 3 to 4 reading comprehension questions. Most of the topics, or at least the ones I've used, are suitable for intermediate to upper intermediate students. So all you gotta do is pick a topic. I like to go with the holidays, and every class I pick a different holiday, see who celebrates it in the class, Google some photos, compare 2 different holidays, and we end up with a lovely cultural reading lesson. Link is in the description. For our second website, we got the rhlschool.com. This site is actually my favorite. I should have left the best till last, but anyway. Let me walk you through the site. Let me just say right off the bat that almost everything here is for intermediate to higher levels. As you can see, we have different worksheets. Some of them are original stories, poems, essays, or just articles. And every worksheet has a different style of questions. Like, for example, vocabulary context or quotations, which are super fun, by the way, or word meanings from context. And these are my favorite. And then you have a bunch of more general or specific worksheets. Let's have a look at the meanings from context type of worksheets. So here they have a short article or story divided into short paragraphs, and for every paragraph there is a question on obviously getting the meaning from the context. In other worksheets they have to read to find the synonym of a given word. Sometimes they have to choose. It's just every worksheet is different. Quotations are really awesome because students get to learn a couple of new wise thoughts, decide what they mean, and finally discuss their meanings and maybe have a mini debate on whether they agree with them or not. Before we kiss this lovely site goodbye, just make sure to check the thought-provoking words worksheets. I mean, this is for you teachers. So to what extent do you agree with Oscar Wilde quote? When I was young, I thought that money was the most important thing in life. Now that I'm old, I know it is. And you can absolutely imagine how a discussion on that would go in class. Link is in the description. My last resource is the ESL Galaxy website. It has great printable PDF exercises to teach reading comprehension for beginners. They follow something called text mazes. It basically means what it suggests. The text mazes hide the text and some words from the text as in a maze, and this forces the students to read when solving the maze. And I like that at the end they have comprehension questions to go with the exercise. Unfortunately, there isn't a great variety of topics, but I assume most teachers would be pleased with what they got. Link is in the description. Before I set you off, here is a reading/listening/speaking activity that I always do with my students whenever we have a reading lesson, or honestly, whenever I feel like chilling in class, doing absolutely nothing, but at the same time keeping students engaged and doing something productive. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's suitable for high beginner through advanced students. I divide the class into 2 big groups. I prepare 2 different reading articles, or preferably stories, on 2 different topics. Let's say dogs and pizza. I write the title of both stories on the board. I tell the students that they will be reading one of these stories today, and I ask them to predict what the stories or articles might be about based on the titles and try to cover any relevant vocabulary. Then I give each group a different reading passage. So group 1, for example, dogs. Group 2 would go with pizza. Let the students know that they will be responsible for retelling their story to their partners. I give them some time to read and I encourage them to take brief notes on the main idea of the article or story and some supporting details as well. To make things exciting, I tell them that they're not allowed to look at their story as they are speaking, but they can absolutely make use of their notes. So in pairs or groups, they start retelling their stories. But that's not it. After they finish, I give group 1 comprehension questions about groups 2 topic. Let me say that again. So, students who got the dog story have to answer some questions, obviously not about the dog story because that's no fun, but about the pizza story that their partner has just retold. And if students got the reading questions correct, this indicates that the person who retold the story has done a great job. It's a fantastic activity. That's pretty it. Thank you for being here.